The Matagorda Mystery Blip. Not the Magical Mystery Tour. That was the Beatles. The Matagorda Mystery Blip. What is it? Is it aliens? Government conspiracies? A flock of butterflies? I'll try to answer that, and we'll see if I can get Pippin and Jelly to cooperate while we do this video. All of that starting right now. Hey, happy Monday, and welcome to Mondays with Mike. It's a new thing we're doing here where I want to share some things with you, kind of like things interesting maybe in the weather department that have happened over the last few days, or it could be really anything. I'd like to hear from you. Maybe we can answer some questions. I mean, it could be anything from why is the sky blue to what's that to how does radar work to how nice is it to work with Sally and Lena in the morning? Are they really as nice as they seem on TV? Yeah. So I want to thank you for tuning in. Now the topic of this week's Mondays with Mike is this. What is this? I'm calling it the Matagorda Mystery Blip. Well, what in the world is it? Well, earlier this week, so what happened was over the weekend and the beginning of last week, there were some brush fires in the area. Brush fires like grass fires. There also were some what are called prescribed burns, which were intentionally set fires by the Forest Service up in Montgomery County, Texas. So we had some forest fires burning. We had some grass fires to the east of Houston. We had, just a few of them hit and miss. Now, when the weather is nice and clear and there's no precipitation on the radar, you can see smoke plumes on the radar. It happens regularly, very, very often when there are fires. And so earlier this week, we had some small smoke plumes that were showing up on the radar. At the same time, we had a little blip down here in Matagorda County, which seemed to fit in with the narrative of what was happening, that there were some brush fires or grass fires. And down here is an agricultural area. They grow cotton. They grow grass, like the mulch people put in their yards come from down there near Bay City. There also is a nuclear plant, by the way, right there. South Texas Nuclear Project. But I just assumed it was a grass fire. So the next day, came in, looked at the radar, and once again, sure enough, there's the blip. And in fact, it was even stronger today, or stronger that day. And so I said, okay, that's not a fire. Or if it is a fire, it's just got to be a conflagration at this point. And I didn't think that's what it was. I looked all online for any information from Matagorda County, Texas here, on what it could possibly be. Couldn't find anything. So, by the way, if you hear some rustling in the background, it's Pippin, the dog. He's like searching around for a bone, and he wants me to give him another treat, and I already have. So, I apologize for that. He found himself a toy. Okay, good. So, when I saw this really bright reflectivity here, that looks like a thunderstorm, I knew it wasn't, because it was a clear day. There was no cloud cover. There was no chance for any sort of rain, and it wasn't moving. So it's a non-meteorological echo. So it really bothered me because it has to be something big that's making that kind of a very persistent reflectivity on the radar. It just wasn't going away. So I got a hold of the National Weather Service, my friend Cameron Batiste down there at the Houston Weather Service office, and told him my question and my concern and the Matagorda mystery and so forth. And he looked into it. So he talked to the other people at the office, and it took a while. But what they came up with was they found a map that there's a... come on, dog. I'm trying to work here. Come here. Okay. He's going to probably make an appearance here in a little while. He's being a bad dog. So... it turns out there's a windmill farm down there, a wind power farm that's in this exact area. So I knew that's the explanation, okay? These are wind turbines. But the mystery doesn't end there, so that solved part of the mystery. Okay, come here, dog. Come here. See, he's being a bad boy. I'm trying to work here. I'm trying to work. See? Now, we may talk about dogs, I think, one of these episodes too, because I need some help. Pippin needs help learning how to behave, calm down, listen to commands, leave the neighbors alone, that kind of stuff. He loves us in the house. But neighbors, like, he's upset because outside they're working on a fence in the neighbor's house, and he's all upset. And we always tell him, we say, if you don't look, they're not there, so don't worry about it. Okay. So anyway, that's Pip. So there's a wind turbine farm down there. But that doesn't really answer the question. Why now? Why all of the sudden, February 2022, there's a giant blip down there that doesn't want to go away? So I thought about it. I'm like, what in the world? Why? And the only thing that I can think of was to look into, okay, well, how long has the wind farm been there? And what I found out is that it got approved to be built in 2019, and it was, according to what I could see on the internet, it was built in 2020. What I don't know yet, and what's still part of the Matagorda mystery blip, is when did they put up the big turbine blades? Because you could put the towers up and it probably wouldn't have affected the radar that much, but those giant blades would. Now the cat's coming. Will you please, cat? That I don't really know. I was able to see that there was some construction that was completed in October of 2021, which would still put us 5 months ago. So the mystery would remain why it's been there for 5 months. It hasn't shown up on the radar for 5 months. Why is it there now? So, come on. So, this is my theory. This is my hypothesis. And if you guys out there have any other ideas, please let me know in the comments. Aliens? Probably not. I don't think so. Some secret government project? Maybe. But most likely, here's my theory, okay? So this is the whole reason why I wanted to make this video. I think, okay, so they have these wind turbines, and they have to rotate. They turn in the direction of the wind, right? So that way they can generate the wind power. They always have to turn in the direction of the wind. And it may be that just if it's pointed at just the right angle or wrong angle, see, the radar is up there in Dickinson, League City, Dickinson, okay? So the radar beam shoots at it this way, and it may be that when the blades of the turbine are pointed in just the right direction, it sends a big loud echo back to the radar and causes what we see on the radar. So I think the mystery is about 80% solved. I want to ask you guys if anybody lives down around that way. Like, this is right in the community is called Wadsworth, Texas. If you live down there or around anywhere around Matagorda County, it'd be awesome if you could send me a picture of what these things look like. I think there's about 20 or 25 wind turbines down there. I would love to see what it looks like, because I know they're enormous, but I need to do some geometry, kind of try to figure out why all of a sudden they're catching the radar. And I actually did reach out to the company that built these things. It's a German company. And I reached out to them on Twitter, and they didn't answer back. So I'm going to try to maybe contact somebody else. And so anyway, that's what's happening on this Monday. Still the Monday Matagorda mystery blip on radar. To be continued. The other things that are on my mind, I hope everybody has a great Valentine's Day. I am a little nervous about doing this because, we're trying to produce a different kind of content because, you guys, viewers, are using media in different ways now. Used to be like in the old days, old people like me, we were kids, you kind of had like 3 channels that the news came on, right? And that was it. We had cable. I mean, when I was a little kid, we had cable. We were one of the first people on the street to have cable. So we had MTV in 1981. But even when cable hit, there might have been 30 or 40 channels, and there wasn't that much news, You mainly tuned in for the nightly news. But now, of course, everything has changed. People, you get the Fox 26 app, which you can download at the App Store. You can get the Fox 26 weather app. We have Fox Live, which is like the Fox Corporation streaming channel. Anyway, there are so many different ways that people are getting their news and information now that it can't just be going on TV in the morning. So we have to post things to Facebook, post things to Twitter, which I hate Twitter, and Instagram, and now and YouTube, and streaming on Facebook and on our fox26.com page. So we're still feeling this out. I'm still kind of feeling this out, how we're going to do this. And so let me know what you think, down in the comments. And by the way, if you could, hit like the little thumbs up button or, the like thing on this video, I would appreciate it because it would let the bosses know and let me know that you're watching. Let me know what you're thinking. How do you get your weather information? How do you learn things? How do you get your science information? If you had to ask the weatherman a question or the weather lady a question, how would you do that? How would you like to do that? Because I get so many emails, like trash, junk emails. It's ridiculous. So anyway, that's about it for today's Mondays with Mike. I do look forward to hearing from you guys, solving more mysteries. I think in the weeks to come, we'll probably talk pets. We talk dogs and cats. I love that. We'll talk some music and guitars. But I would love to talk to you about TV. Hit me with some weird questions. I like weird questions. Keep them nice, please. But there's a lot of stuff that happens at a TV station that nobody knows. Like, nobody has any idea. Like, I talk to some very, very, very intelligent, professional, educated people, and they'll ask me, who writes your stuff for you, And I'll say, nobody writes my stuff. And then they said, well, but how do you know what to say? And I'm like, I'm the meteorologist. I went to school to learn how to do this stuff. That's how, nobody tells me what to say. So anyway, we're going to try to clear the air on some of that stuff. I like myth busting too. We'll probably be busting some myths. So anyway, that'll do it for today. Thank you very, very much for watching all the way through to the end, if you did. And again, please hit like and post some comments and questions. Pippin is bothering me. I'm going to go give him a treat and try to take a post-work nap since I wake up super early. So anyway, have a great week, and thanks for tuning in for this week's Mondays with Mike.